Welcome to Understand All. I'm your host, Aslekeir Gairleif. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic that affects our modern world in ways you might not expect: the helium shortage. So sit back, relax, and let's explore this intriguing subject together. Helium. It's not just for party balloons and making your voice sound funny. This incredible element plays a crucial role in everything from medical imaging to space exploration. But here's the thing, we're running out of it. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the United States alone produces about 40% of the world's helium supply. That's a lot of responsibility on one nation's shoulders, and it makes the global helium supply vulnerable to any production hiccups in the U.S. Now, I know what you might be thinking. But wait, I thought helium was abundant. It's the second most common element in the universe, right? Well, yes and no. While helium is indeed abundant in the universe, most of it is out there in space, not here on Earth. In fact, helium is relatively rare on our planet, and it's only found in a few specific places, usually alongside natural gas deposits. So, how did we end up in this helium pickle? It all started back in the early 20th century, when the US government realized helium's strategic importance and started stockpiling it. Fast forward to 1996, and Congress decided to start selling off that stockpile, thinking the private sector could handle the helium market. But as demand grew and reserves dwindled, prices started to rise, and the shortage began to loom. Now you might be wondering, what's the big deal? Can't we just find more helium? Well, it's not that simple. Helium is a non-renewable resource, meaning once we use it up, it's gone for good. And while we can capture some helium during natural gas extraction, it's a costly and complex process. But the real kicker? Helium is absolutely essential to modern science and technology. MRI machines, which doctors use to diagnose everything from brain tumors to torn ligaments, rely on liquid helium to function. In fact, according to the American Physical Society, about 20% of the world's helium supply goes to MRI scanners alone. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Helium is crucial for scientific research, especially in fields like cryogenics and quantum computing. It's used in welding, leak detection, and even to cool the magnets in the Large Hadron Collider. NASA uses helium to purge and pressurize rocket fuel tanks. The list goes on and on. So what happens when the helium runs out? Well, it's not a pretty picture. Scientific research could slow to a crawl. Medical diagnostics could become more difficult and expensive, and entire industries could face major disruptions. In fact, the helium shortage has already led to price spikes and supply disruptions. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, helium prices have risen by over 135% between 2010 and 2020. But it's not all doom and gloom. Scientists and industries are working hard to find solutions, from developing helium recycling technologies to exploring new sources of the element. Some are even looking into alternatives for certain applications, like using hydrogen instead of helium in some types of welding. However, these solutions are still in their infancy, and they won't solve the problem overnight. In the meantime, experts are calling for more conservation and smarter use of our limited helium supply. That means saving helium for where it's truly essential, like in medical imaging and scientific research, and finding alternatives for less critical uses, like party balloons. So, the next time you see a floating balloon, take a moment to appreciate the incredible, irreplaceable element that makes it possible. And remember, every helium atom counts in our fight to preserve this precious resource for generations to come. As we come to the end of our journey into the world of helium, I hope you've gained a new appreciation for this unsung hero of the periodic table. The helium shortage may not make headlines every day, but it's a critical issue that deserves our attention and action. So let's all do our part to use helium wisely and support the scientists and innovators working to secure its future. Because in a world of finite resources, every element matters, even the ones we can't see. Thank you for tuning in to Understand All. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and never stop exploring the wonders of the world around us.